The COVID-19 booster shot. Can you get one? Should you get one? We have a lot to talk about. Alright, a little background information first. The CDC is recommending the first boosters just for nursing home residents and older adults who would be at the highest risk of severe disease if their immunity wanes, and to the frontline healthcare workers like myself who can't come to work if they even have mild symptoms. So what is the vaccine booster shot? Is there a difference between a booster and the COVID-19 vaccine? When will Pfizer and Moderna COVID-19 booster shots be available? Today, I'll be breaking down your top 5 burning questions about COVID-19 booster shots. Stay with me. Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Jordan Wagner. I'm an emergency room doctor who treats everything from COVID to gunshot wounds, burns, you name it. I've created this video series to help answer some of your medical questions and the questions that I get from patients each and every day. If you find this video helpful, please do me a favor and subscribe. What do booster shots do? On a very basic level, the COVID-19 vaccine tells your immune system to fight the coronavirus by producing antibodies that block the virus from getting inside the cells. People harbor high levels of these antibodies right after getting the vaccine shots. But just like vaccines against other diseases, antibodies gradually drop until reaching a low maintenance level. A booster dose revs these levels back up again. Both Pfizer and Moderna have filed FDA applications for booster doses. The US government will decide on extra Johnson & Johnson doses later once the company shares its booster data with the agency. How much protection does that translate to? No one knows with complete certainty the magic line here. Meaning, the antibody level that we have in our body doesn't necessarily correlate to exactly how much protection we have, just means that there's antibody production. But vaccines' main purpose is to prevent severe disease. Let me repeat that again. Prevent severe disease, not all disease, severe. It's kind of an impossible bar to set to say that vaccines block 100% of the infection. People's responses to their initial vaccination may vary. Younger people, for example, tend to produce more antibodies to begin with than older adults. That means months later, when antibody levels have naturally declined, some people may still have enough to fend off infection while others may not. Also, the FDA recently recommended giving a third dose of the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine to people with severely weakened immune systems from organ transplants, cancer, or other conditions to have a better chance at protection. In those people, it's not a booster, but an extra amount they need up front. Won't antibodies just wean away after the booster shot? Yes, eventually they will. Researchers don't know yet the exact duration of protection following boosters, or in other words, how long exactly your antibodies will last in your system. But antibodies and a healthy lifestyle are your best defense. If an infection sneaks past, white blood cells called T cells help prevent serious illness by killing virus-infected cells. Another type of cell, called memory B cells, jump into action to make lots of new antibodies. Those backup systems help explain why protection against severe COVID-19 is holding strong so far for most people. When, if at all, should you get a COVID booster shot? Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine booster shots will likely be ready by September 20th, but the third Moderna dose may not start then. For many other types of vaccines, waiting 6 months for a booster is the recommended timing. The timing here is actually crucial because the immune system gradually builds layers of protection over months. If you give a booster shot too soon before the immune response matures, the individual can miss out on the optimal benefit. Sometimes waiting a little bit extra time is actually appropriate to gain the strongest response. However, not everyone is waiting on a final decision. Colorado's UC Health System has opened boosters to certain high-risk people first vaccinated back in December and January. And places such as San Francisco is giving some people who had a single dose J&J vaccine a second shot from Pfizer or Moderna for extra protection. Will the booster shot be the same as the original, or will it help fight the Delta variant more? Yes, it's true. The boosters as of now, the time I'm making this video, will be an extra dose of the original vaccine. However, there are studies from countries where there is a predominance of a Delta variant, and they're showing that people who have been vaccinated, where they have antibodies ramped up in their body, those folks are less likely to develop severe disease and hospitalization and or death from the Delta variant. All right, that's been a COVID-19 booster breakdown with me, Dr. Wagner. Have you received your COVID-19 vaccine yet? Or do you have any other questions regarding the booster? Let me know in the comments below. Please make sure you subscribe and turn your bell notifications on. When you do that and you hit that like button, you let YouTube know that you'd like to see more videos like this one. Thank you so much for watching and stay healthy, my friends.